Okay, so server is running successfully. Now we need to connect to the database. We are going to use PostgreSQL for this project. If you didn't install it, just search for Postgres, and on Windows it is very easy to install Postgres, or on Linux you need to find little bit what is the correct command for installing PostgreSQL. And here if you search for database, this is the SQL database we are going to use, and here we are going to use SQLModel. This is the SQLModel we are going to use throughout this project. Here if you read this document, you can learn more about this SQL model, but I'm not going to read it. Instead, I'm going to explain it to you. First of all, we need to install the package for using SQL model, which is pip install SQL model. Okay, now it is installed successfully. Let me just copy this and paste it inside our requirements.txt. So this is another package we are going to list here with exact same version. They won't get any errors. Okay, since I have installed PostgreSQL successfully, I can access to PostgreSQL shell. If you have access to the admin panel of PostgreSQL, I guess it is pgadmin, you can just create database there and connect to it. But I'm going to use shell to create a database. So let's write the command psql. The user is going to be Postgres. Okay, the password I have set it test1234, and it is logged in successfully. Now we can list all the database by using this command /l. Okay, I guess it is not. Yeah, we can list all the database by using /l. What we have this database HeroDB, and again we have Postgres template 0. Now we are going to create a new database. The name of the database, I'm going to make it create database. This is the name of our database, HeroDB. Okay, let me enter this. This is created successfully, so this is the name of our database. Let me just copy this and paste it inside a file so we won't forget. I'm going to create a new file with name of database, and here this is the name of our database. For now I'm just pasting here. Okay, since database has been created successfully, now we need to grant some permission to a specific user for this database. Okay, otherwise you can use the root user. Okay, now if you haven't created any user, this is the command to create a user. Create user, the name of the user name, let's make it my username to make it more specific. You can name it anything you want, and with password, the password is going to be test. You can keep any password you want, but just keep it simple so you can remember it. And I'm going to change the name, actually Sion. The role Sion already exists. That means we already created that user. I can't create another user with same name, so therefore I'm just skipping this process. You can create your own user, and we're going to grant all permission, all privileges. Privileges on database en hero db to basically by using this command we are granting all of our permission of the database to this user, so this user can do anything he wants. And also just write this command, grant all on schema public to and name of the user. Now let's connect to the database. To connect to the database, just write /c name of the database, which is this one, en hero db. We are now connected to the database, so we can just write a few more commands in here. Grant usage on schema public. Okay, we also want this permission. Another, we are going to use create. We are going to have this create permission. Okay, that's it for now. Let's get rid of this shell. Just press / and q. Okay, in here in database file we are going to import a few more things. First one is from SQLModel, import SQLModel and create engine and session. Afterward we are going to create .env. Actually we haven't installed this .env, so I'm going to install it. Pip install python .env. We need this package in order to use .env file in our environment variable in our project. So it is already satisfied, so we can import it. .env import load env. We need to load the env at the very beginning of a code, and here we are going to load all of our environment variables. For example, we can just create like this .env database underscore URL. The database URL we can just write here and import it in here. Okay, so in order to import we need another package, import OS. We need this module. Okay, so let's do it. First of all, let's create a variable database underscore URL. This database URL we are going to get from that .env file. os.getEnv, the name of the variable is going to be this one, database URL. So our database URL is going to be like this: PostgreSQL :// Sion, test 1 2 3 4. This is the username. We have created that user, and this is the password for that user @localhost and / and don't forget to specify the port number 5432. This is the port number where PostgreSQL runs, and we need to specify the database name, which is this one, en hero db. Now we can use this database URL, we can get this value. Okay, now in the next line we are going to create an engine. Create engine we have imported previously. First parameter for create engine is going to be database URL. Second parameter will be echo, is going to be true. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is create a function, create db. Using this function we are going to create all the tables automatically according to our schema. So SQL model dot metadata dot create all engine. Next we are going to create a function for getting session and in here with session engine as session yield session. Okay, this looks good to me. Now we are going to import this database to this main file. Okay, inside this main file we are going to do like this: async context manager and async div lifespan. This is going to be a function. I'll tell you what we are going to do with it. App, and this is type of FastAPI, and we are going to just take it this app below here, this below this span. Okay, so let me just take it here and paste it here. No, we don't want any indentation. Instead we are going to write some code in here. We are going to load something at the starting of our application. Load on startup. Okay, so we are going to create tables from database import create db and tables. So this is where we are going to create all of our tables. After all, we are going to yield. When we are going to end the application, then it is going to print something. Okay, so before this yield, this is the beginning of our application. At the beginning we are going to create all the tables. At the end we are going to print something. Okay, and in this FastAPI we are going to specify this parameter lifespan, which is going to be this one. Okay, so this is very simple for you as well. Now let's see, does it work or not. One more thing, if you just click on this run, it is going to run this main file by default. So let's try this debug option, and it should debug actually. If yeah, this is the error we are getting. We need this package, okay, in order to use PostgreSQL with Python. So I'm going to install this package, pip install. This is kind of like driver for PostgreSQL binary. We are going to use the binary version of this package. So this is the package we have installed. Let me just copy and paste it here. Paste it in the requirements file, so later we can install it easily. So again, let me run this debug. Let me debug the code. It should run successfully. It is running successfully, connected to PyDev. Yeah, it is running successfully. Let me run the server actually by using this FastAPI main.py. Okay, it should run successfully. It is running successfully. You see all those table is been created. Okay, this is raw SQL, select schema, all those things are doing actually creating tables for us, and it is still running successfully. You can see